Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Kiara, and today we're going to be answering some of your questions because I've done a Q&A on my Instagram story and I've asked you to ask me some of the questions you really wanted me to answer. But also, I'm on my second cup of coffee today. And let me tell you something, I'm a person that I always used to be against coffee, not because of like healthy reasons at all, it's just because I thought that I don't want to develop a certain addiction. So I used to think that drinking 1 cup of coffee every day was bad. But I passed from drinking coffee twice a week to drinking it every day, 1 cup of coffee a day now. That's my second coffee of the day, so addiction is real. Just powering up for the video. Right, first question is how many languages do you speak? Right, so I'm originally from Italy, so I moved to Manchester 5 years ago, and obviously I can speak Italian, then obviously like I can speak a bit of English, just a little bit. Then I can speak a bit of Spanish as well, because obviously Spanish is very similar to Italian, so for me it's easier to pick this up, and I listen to a lot of Spanish songs as well. So that's 3. Probably a little bit of Greek. I wouldn't say I'm fluent. I can't, if someone comes to me and speaking in Greek, like I can't understand, but I know a few words because I live with someone from Greece, so I kind of like from hearing it. I like to think that I'm quite good with languages anyway, so I kind of pick languages up very quickly. So yeah, I know a few swear words in Greek as well. So I decided today to change my outfit, right? And because I was like, should I just wear fitness clothes all the time? So I was like, I'll just give it a switch. And I ended up looking like a beige bin bag. But yeah, anyway, I should just stick to fitness really. What's your ideal man? Right, so there's a bit of a tricky question. To be honest, I don't really have a type. Like, you know, if someone says like every time you ask a girl, oh, I want her like a tall, dark and handsome kind of thing. I'm not like that. In the past, I've kind of seen different types of people. Like, I just don't really care about like obviously I do care about physical appearance, but I mean, like what I'm saying is like I don't have a type, like saying, oh, it needs to be with blue eyes, like, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, I've dated like different types of people. Usually what I go for is the level of connection that I have with someone. I just don't like, I feel like for me, having a good chat is just definitely one of it, because I'm quite bubbly and like chatty, and I just don't like being the only one talking, if that makes sense. I've had a few like people that were like very extremely good looking, but like not having like a good chat, and I just don't really like that. I just find it very awkward, because do you know when you like go on a date, like you just go out and you just see people on a date like sitting next to each other and just being on the phone, like, it's just so boring. Like, what's the point of being out? Do you know what I mean? Like, just it's just like, where is the communication? Communication is key. And obviously a good connection. Sometimes I always go for, like, even with my friends, I always go with that initial spark that you got at the beginning. If I like someone, then I'll just have that like yes, I like you straight away. Do you know what I mean? Like that little. Also a good thing for me, I like some way good manners. Not with like paying or anything. I'm happy with like paying and splitting the bill and everything. I'm not like that at all. I just like someone that has good manners, kind of like the kind of person that just kind of holds the door for you and stuff like that. I just like these kind of things. I like cute little romantic things, because obviously I'm Italian, so I like the little romance. Like, I like my flowers and my chocolates, you know. So yeah, I kind of go for like these things. Obviously physical looks, you have to have kind of an initial attraction to someone, because I've been with someone that that I wouldn't really find that attractive, but I always think they're very nice. But then obviously if you just go for like niceness and just personality, and then you just don't really find that person attractive, then it's just, you really struggle even to have an intimate kind of relationship with that person. And I found that I was struggling with that intimate, you know what I mean? Because obviously you just want to like be able to really fancy someone and just be attracted to that person, if that makes sense. You just don't want to, it's cool, otherwise you might as well like have a best friend, you know what I mean? But I did make that mistake of just being like, not like the opposite of shallow. I would be like, oh yeah, that's fine, this guy's nice, he has a good personality, but I wouldn't find him attractive whatsoever. Not whatsoever, but you know, it wasn't really like, I wasn't really attracted to him, to be honest. And I was like, after a while, I was like, yeah, it's nice after a while, but then you kind of realise, oh, I don't really feel like kissing you and like, you know, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not saying be shallow, but there has to be a balance between being attracted to someone and their personality. But I do not have a type. Usually, the only thing I would say, obviously, I would prefer someone that goes to the gym, to be honest. Because I go to the gym, not for just like the physical aspect, but because you will be better. I like training with someone as well. It will just be nice having something to do together, because I spend the majority of my life at the gym. It'll be good to like have someone who understands my lifestyle, if that makes sense. How did you start your fitness journey? That is a good one. So I talked about this quite a lot on my page and also on YouTube. I've done a YouTube video about it, but in case you're new and you don't really know, I used to suffer from eating disorders. I used to be very, very skinny. I used to skip all my meals. So I was going through a really hard time. It wasn't the best. I was very insecure until I joined the gym and I started lifting weights, and the feeling that I got from that, it gave me a kind of confidence boost. That it wasn't just really about transforming my body, because obviously if you start lifting the first week, you're not going to see results the first week. It was just the whole feeling that I had after a workout that made me realise I feel great after this, and it made me really feel empowered. So initially when I started the gym, I wasn't doing it to look in a certain way. I was purely doing it for the feeling that it was giving me. So I purely went to feel good and to feel strong, and it kind of, the gym along with obviously other therapy sessions helped me get out of my eating disorder problems. And I would say as well, it's all about stability. The gym really saved my life, if I have to be completely honest. And then obviously from training and like working towards getting stronger, I kind of obviously developed a certain passion and then a certain physique as well. On to the next question. How to deal with people staring at the gym? Right, being completely honest, I'm blind. I'm not blind, but I wear glasses. I need obviously with prescription. So when I go to the gym, I don't wear glasses, obviously, because I will be just steaming, because I just sweat loads. I don't really feel like wearing contact lenses just because I'm a lazy person. It sounds really bad, but I can't really see anyone at the gym. I can see people, but I can't really see them staring at me. I just don't. And obviously when I go to the gym, I think you shouldn't really be worrying about what the environment looks like. You should be going there to get your session done and to work out. So if you think about it too much, about people are going to stare at me, then obviously you're going to pay attention to it a little bit more. If you're there and just think about your workout, I get to the gym and my mind is literally, some people think that I'm a horrible person just because I have that resting bitch face. It's not because I'm rude, by the way, it's just because I'm on that concentration mode, in the zone kind of thing. So I can't think of anything else. So I just get there and all I think about, okay, how many sets should I do? How much weight should I put on the hip thrust today? Should I go for a personal best? So these are all the kind of questions that I've got in my mind. I don't really think about, oh, let's see if that dude is looking at me. And if they do, sometimes obviously there is a certain level of appropriateness. If someone is just looking just being oh, check it out. But if someone is just being rude, it has happened to me at the gym that someone was filming me without my consent, and my friend, I didn't see that because for obvious reason I can't see anything anyway. So my friend saw this guy filming me at the gym, so I just went up to him and I told him, excuse me, why are you filming me at the gym? That's not fair. So if it's something that is bothering you or something that is too inappropriate, then feel free to step forward and tell the person that thing is making you uncomfortable. And at the end of the day, you're there to work out, not to feel uncomfortable. Next question. So there is a question, did you have any kind of surgeries whatsoever? I will guess not, but just in case. Right, in terms of any surgeries, I haven't done, obviously, I haven't done my ass. I have no reason to lie. I feel like I don't really want to stress about this too much because I always talk about my fitness journey, and to be honest, there is no reason why I would lie about my ass. because I could just post the same pictures and have the same followers, if it makes sense. So for me, it doesn't really matter. Like I have no reason to lie about my ass. My ass is real. So I know that people will just ask me all the time, I haven't got any BBL. I don't even know like what other people constantly say to me about implants and fat transfer. You know, to be honest, more than me, I haven't got anything done in here, okay? I lift 200 kg at the gym of hip thrust, so that takes years of training to do that. If you don't believe me, you try and put 200 kg plates on your hips. Let's see if your ass can do that. So hence, if someone has never trained, hasn't put implants, wouldn't be able to do that. But anyway, that's another story. I don't feel like I always have to explain myself about the same thing. A lot of people ask me about my boobs. No, my boobs are actually real. What people see, obviously see my transformation, they see me being like having no boobs to now having a little bit more. It's basically because I've been starting to, like, I've been going to like not eating anything. So obviously I was a skeleton, had no meat, no fat anywhere in my body, anywhere. When I started eating and accumulating fat, you accumulate fat overall in your body. Even here I have fat, not gonna lie. Everywhere I got fat. So obviously I put on a bit of fat over here. In fact, I don't want it like YouTube to pick it up, but I think if your boobs are fake, you wouldn't be like, they wouldn't be soft, like they would be very hard, and they wouldn't bounce, and mine bounce. You know what I mean? I don't know how to prove it, but yeah. And also, if I have to get my boobs done, I'll get a bigger size anyway. So all it is really, it's just really good padded bras, if I had to be honest. Obviously hear about like spilling the teas and whatever, but yeah, like I just use push-up bras, because that's what you do when you haven't got like much boobs. I'm sorry. That's what it is. In fact, if you notice, this is a bodysuit and I'm wearing a bra underneath. Bra. So yeah, my boobs are not big. They're just lifted up by the bra, but I haven't really got big boobs anyway. Just a bit of a sad thing. But yeah, that's what it is. That's why people always ask me about my boobs. The only thing I got done was like my lips. Even it says, and I'm just saying it openly to you, I have no reason to lie. I got fillers in my lips. And I don't find anything bad with it. It's not even an operation, it's just fillers, and it's just a solution that you put in your lips to just get them bigger, and if you don't want them, you can dissolve them. That's just literally it. I haven't got anything else done. And but it doesn't really count as like fake. It's not really fake. Anyway, I got my tooth whitening, and tomorrow, no, in 2 days, I'm getting composite bonding on top of my teeth. So you see how, like, I'll show you. So my teeth, I've always been concerned about, I've always been a bit insecure about my teeth because my two front teeth are a bit bigger than the rest. So what I'm getting done is like my dentist on top of it. So I'm not getting any drilling. I'm not like ruining my teeth or anything. She's just gonna put a paste that is called composite bonding. I'm not really a dentist, so I'm not really good at explaining. So she's just gonna put a paste on top of my natural teeth to just make them look all level. Right, next question is, would you ever date a fan or follower of yours after just chatting with him on Instagram? So I never like discriminated anyone. Like I just don't feel like I'm anything okay, let's start with this. Obviously I got a bit of following on Instagram, but I never thought I'm better than anyone else. I've never been shallow. As I said, I always dated like people, like normal people. Yeah, I would date someone on like a follower of mine. Yeah, of course. I'm never gonna feel superior or like better than anyone just because I've got a following. Obviously I don't have like a lot of followers anywhere, but even if I've had millions of followers, I will never discriminate someone just because of my following. I don't think I've met other influencers that thought they were better than other people because they had a following. And I just don't agree with that at all. Like, you're a human being like everyone else. Just because you have a certain amount, it's a number. Like, the followers is a number. And I'm a massive advocate of helping people. I'm not using social media as a way of empowering myself or feeling that I'm better than others. I'm there to help people. I'm just using obviously social media is a tool to inform you and share my knowledge about obviously what I feel like I know best, which is fitness. So I will never ever just discriminate someone because they don't have a following. To be completely honest, this is about spilling the tea, isn't it? So yeah, I have seen people that have DM'd me. Like, I've dated people that have DM'd me on Instagram. I'm not a type of person that would discriminate someone or just think that someone else is better because of a following. And I've seen like the behaviour of some of the influencers, and I wouldn't even want to speak to them, to be honest, how they treat other people. Like, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? It's just the following. You need to chill out. And even if you were something else, even if you were a millionaire or anything else, if you had anything like the power of whatever, I will never agree with someone believing to be better than another person because you've got like money or you got fame or you got something like that. Like, you need to chill out. You're a human being just like everyone else. So yeah, that's just my opinion. What's your weight and height? How much do you weigh and how tall are you? I don't really tend to weight myself, just because in the past, obviously when I used to have eating disorders, I used to be obsessed with the scale. So for now, like, I've decided that I will never be so obsessed with the number again. I don't really find a scale reliable, or I don't think it should be a tool. You should let a scale tell you or affect your mood, really, because your weight can fluctuate every day according to what you eat, your water retention, and so many other things. So do not rely on a scale, really. If you really insist, last time I weighed myself, I think it was 70 kg, 70 kilos. And as well, height, I'm 170 centimeters, 170. How did you manage to grow your following, your social media account? So in terms of growing your social media account, if you want, let me know, by the way, if you want me to do a full video about this. I could just do a whole like kind of tutorial if you wanted to. Just let me know down in the comment if you'll be interested in this. There are a couple of like things you need to do. Obviously, you must have heard you need to pick a niche. It could be fashion, it could be fitness, it could be selling bananas or fruit, whatever you want. But just pick, I would say pick a topic and stick to it, because it will be easier focusing, I would say purely because it will be easier to post about one topic rather than just post loads of different things, because you want to be an expert in that topic. You want to obviously do a lot of research. I study every day. I still read loads of articles about fitness, and I try to grow and learn every single day. Obviously, if you're trying to do so many different topics, it'll be harder to kind of stick to it and just provide actual valuable content, which actually leads to the second point. Obviously, provide valuable content to people. You just don't want to post for yourself just to, as I said, just to feel better. I want to help people. I want to help women and people in general feel more confident. So I feel like I want to give out something out there when I post that can encourage, teach something, or inspire people to go to the gym. Also engaging with other profiles. I think Instagram wants you to stay or to use the platform as much as you could possibly do, and not just scrolling through the picture. You need to have an active role within Instagram. So in terms of Instagram, I would say just you need to make sure you comment, like, and engage as much as possible with other accounts, so that then in return they'll comment and like all your pictures, so that will boost the algorithm. Post every day or post regularly. I noticed that when I was posting twice a week, I used to post twice a week, and now I'm posting almost every day, and that completely like boosted the algorithm, because obviously the more you post, the more people will engage, obviously, because if you post every day, like, more people you'll get, within a week you'll get a lot more engagement than just with 2 posts. That's just common sense. So obviously the more you post and you create valuable content, the more people will want to interact with you and they want to see your post, and Instagram will pick up on that because it will see people are actually interacting with this particular account, and they will tend to show it on the search page to other people. But yeah, that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A. It was a little shorter, I know, but because I talk a lot, so I only wanted to select some key questions. If you want me to do another Q&A, because I also want to test how you guys would feel about a different video that's not just purely about fitness, about showing my personality as well and just finding out more about me too. So yeah, it was only like, I only answered a few questions, but let me know in the comments below again if you want me to answer any more questions, and again you can still ask me in the comments, and I'm happy to reply because engagement is key. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week.